Hi students, now in this video lecture we will go through numericals based on Raoult's law and lowering of vapor pressure. Right, and we know that lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property that depends on the number of solute particles. So these are the formulas that we would be using when we'll do any numerical based on Raoult's law or lowering of vapor pressure. The first one is for binary solutions that is composed of two liquids A and B, right? Partial vapor pressure, this is PA is partial vapor pressure, PA0 is vapor pressure of pure A, pure liquid A, right? And XA is the mole fraction of A in solution. Similarly, PB is partial vapor pressure of liquid B, right, in solution of A and B, and PB0 is vapor pressure of pure liquid B, and XB is the mole fraction of liquid B in the solution of A and B, right? So the total vapor pressure, if we make a binary solution of A and B, the total vapor pressure above the solution of A and B would be sum of these two vapor pressures, right, PA and PB, right, which would be this, right? And the second thing is lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure we have already done in the previous lecture. If you have any doubts related to this, you can go back and go through the video lectures on Raoult's law and lowering of vapor pressure before attempting these numericals. So lowering of vapor pressure we know is a colligative property. Since it's a colligative property, it should depend on the number of solute particles, right? So we have proved that the lowering of vapor pressure, right, P0 minus P, this is relative lowering of vapor pressure, right? This depends on the number of solute particles, X2 is the mole fraction of solute in solvent, right? And if you want to calculate molecular weight of the solute from the lowering of vapor pressure, we would be using this relation. Since we know that lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of solute in solvent, right, and we know that mole fraction is the ratio of the number of moles of the one component divided by the total number of moles of all the components in solution. So it would be X2 is equals to, if it's a binary solution made up of two liquids, it would be, or if it's a it's not a binary solution of two liquids, this is where we add a non-volatile solute to a solvent, right? So X2 would be N2 upon N1 plus N2, right? And it's due to that non-volatile solute that vapor pressure goes down. So this is lowering of vapor pressure due to solute, right, whose mole fraction is X2. So X2 would be N2 upon N1 plus N2 from the definition of mole fraction. N2 plus N1 is the number of moles of solvent, N2 is the number of moles of solute, right? And since we know that N2 is very much less than N1, right, number of moles of solute is very much less than solvent, right, because solvent is in more quantity. So we can ignore N2 in the denominator, so it would be N2 upon N1, and we know that number of moles, the formula for number of moles is weight upon molecular weight. So W2 upon M2, weight of solute upon molecular weight of solute, divided by N1, which would be number of moles of solvent, weight upon molecular weight of solvent, right? So from here, from this equation, you can calculate the value of M2 using this relation, right? Now let's see some numericals based on this, on these formulas. The first one is the vapor pressure in the pure state. Okay, this PA0 and PB0, we know these are vapor pressure of liquid A and B in pure state, and PB and PA is vapor pressure. These are partial vapor pressure when a solution is formed, right? So vapor pressure in the pure state at 300 Kelvin of two immiscible liquids A and B, right, are 60 torr and 25 torr. Here PA0 and PB0 is given. Why? Because it says vapor pressure in the pure state, right? If 2 moles of A and 8 moles of B are mixed, right, what will be the vapor pressure over the mixture at 300 Kelvin? What it means is, if you want to understand this so that you can do it So what it says is there are two liquids, there are two immiscible liquids, right, A and B, right? So it says vapor pressure in pure state of two immiscible liquids, that is when A is taken, when pure A is taken, not in the solution, in the pure state, that which consists of only liquid A. So in pure state, the vapor pressure of A is 60 torr, and in the pure state vapor pressure of B is 25 torr, right? So when we mix this, what it's saying is when we mix these two liquids, what would be the vapor pressure of the resulting solution above it, right? What would be the vapor pressure of this solution, right? So let's, and it also gave us that the solution is made up of 2 moles of A, right, plus 8 moles of B. So if you keep this solution, this solution will form vapor pressure, vapors above it. So what is the vapor pressure of the solution made of 2 moles of A and 8 moles of B, right? So PA0, if you remember this formula, this one, the vapor pressure P would be PA0, PA plus PB, and PA is given by this formula PA0 XA and PB0 XP, right? So we are given PA0 and PB0, and we can calculate the mole fraction XA and XB from the number of moles, right? We know that. So these two values are already given, right? We would be using this equation. We use this equation to calculate the total vapor pressure above solution. So PA and PB is 60 torr and 25 torr, and we know that the number of moles given is 2 moles of A and 8 moles of B. From the number of moles we can calculate mole fraction, which is XA is equals to Na upon Nv plus Nb. We have already discussed this. So mole fraction of XA would be 0.2, mole fraction of XB would be 0.8. So if you substitute all these values of XA, XB, PA0, PB0 here, you will get the total vapor pressure, which would be 32 torr, right? So this is a simple numerical for the Raoult's law, right, where we calculated the total vapor pressure of a solution, of a binary solution of two immiscible liquids A and B, that consisted of 2 moles of A and 8 moles of B. Now the second one is based, second and third numerical. Second one is based on relative lowering of vapor, second one is based on the lowering of vapor pressure or the relative lowering of vapor pressure, and the third one is based on the relation between molecular weight of solute and the relative lowering of vapor pressure. So let's see what we are doing in the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure means when you have added a solute in a solvent, right, the vapor pressure of solvent has decreased. The vapor pressure of solvent has decreased. So that is your lowering of vapor pressure. So the vapor pressure of aqueous solution of non-volatile solute, right, whose mole fraction is 0.01, right, mole fraction of solute is given to be 0.01, and the vapor pressure of vapor pressure of solution is found to be 34.65 torr. This is the vapor pressure of solution that is made by dissolving a non-volatile solute, 0.01 mole fraction of non-volatile solute in the aqueous solution, in the water solution, and the vapor pressure was found to be 34.65. What is the vapor pressure of pure water at the same temperature? It means what would be the vapor pressure if you have made a solution, right, you have added a non-volatile solute to it, 0.01, right, this is X, the value of X, mole fraction of X, mole fraction of the solute that you have added, right. In this solution, you formed a solution by adding this 0.01 mole fraction of solute in water. Now it's asking, in this numerical, the vapor pressure of the solution formed by adding this solute to water is given, right, vapor pressure above this is given, right, and mole fraction is given. It's asking you what is the vapor pressure of pure water without this solute, right? So we know that the relation of lowering of vapor pressure and solute and mole fraction of solute is this: P0 minus P upon P0 is equals to X2, where P0 is vapor pressure of pure liquid, which we have been asked here, of pure water. P is vapor pressure of solution, and X2 is mole fraction of solute, which is given to be 0.01. So if you substitute these values here, you need to find the value of P0. It's a simple calculation which will come out to be 35 torr. Right? Now the third one is, it says the aqueous vapor tension at 30 degrees Celsius, vapor tension is nothing but vapor pressure, at 30 degrees Celsius is 32 mm. Right? What will be the aqueous vapor tension of a solution containing 0.6 gram of urea in 17.82 gram of water? Right? So from this relation we have the weight and the molecular weight of solute and solvent, right, which is related to the lowering of vapor pressure, right? So here aqueous vapor tension at 32 degrees Celsius is 32, right? This is the aqueous vapor tension of pure liquid, right? So it's asking you what will be the aqueous vapor tension of a solution containing 0.6 gram of urea. If to this pure solution you add 0.6 gram of urea, what would be the vapor pressure of the resulting solution? This is what it is asking, which means if you have taken, if it's a pure liquid, right, vapor pressure of pure liquid is 32 mm. So if you add, it says 0.6 gram of urea, that is, you have added a non-volatile solute to this solvent, which will result into the lowering of vapor pressure, right? And it has given you the molecular weight, right, that is this value, molecular weight of urea, which is a non-volatile solute, right? It has given you this value of M2, right? It has given you the value of M2, which is value of M2 is 0.6, right? And it has also given you the weight, of solute, which is, I'm sorry, M2 is 60. It's the molecular weight. M2 is given to be 60, and weight of solute is 0.6 gram, right? So now we know what the value of M2 in this relation and W2, right? And we need now W1 and M1. M1 we know as, W1 is this 17.82 gram of water. This is W1, right? And now what is M1? M1 is molecular weight of solute. M1 is molecular weight of solvent, and we know solvent here is water, since it's talking about the solution, right, of water. Urea is added to water, so molecular weight of water is 18, we know that, right? So if you use this relation, P0 is aqueous vapor tension at 30 degree is 32 mm of mercury, which is the vapor pressure in pure state, which is 32 mm, and W2, which is the weight of solute that is added, that resulted into lowering of vapor pressure, is 0.6, and M2, molecular weight of solute, that is urea, is 60, and we know that weight of solvent, which is water, is given out to be 17.82, and molecular weight we can calculate to be 18. If you substitute all these values in this formula, we need the value of P, which is the vapor pressure of solution that is formed by adding non-volatile solute urea to 17.82 gram of water, which would be P is equals to this. So basically you would be using this formula, that is the relation between molecular weight and lowering of vapor pressure, right? I hope all this is clear to you. You can just go through more numericals based on these formulas. Thanks.